welcome to the Worcester Technical High School graduating class ceremony, class of 2024. To start us off, I would like to ask all of those that are able to please rise or stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing while we invite graduate Janelle Hayes to join us on the stage for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Janelle, that was amazing, and thank you all. You may be seated. Welcome, Superintendent Dr. Rachel Monarez, Mayor Joseph Petty, School Committee Member Susan Mailman, Executive Director of Schools Will Foley, friends, families, and of course, the graduating class of 2024. I would also like to recognize this year's Worcester Technical High School retirees: Vinny Baldassaro, 11 and a half years, Kelly Chase, 4 years, Dan Fitzpatrick, 18 years, Gail Holland, 27 years, Kevin Letourneau, 17 years, Ron Paoletti, 13 years, Rick Torres, 32 years, and Devin Shand, 26 years. At this time, I would like to introduce our Superintendent of Worcester Public Schools, Dr. Rachel Monarez. Dr. Monarez believes in the possibility of every child, and this approach has guided her daily interactions as a superintendent for Worcester Public Schools. Beginning her 30th year of education, Dr. Monarez holds a vast knowledge base for academic excellence, professional development, and collaborative practices. She has served as a teacher, school principal, director of English learner and special education programs, assistant superintendent, deputy superintendent, and now superintendent. As a social justice champion, she works collaboratively with all the stakeholders to foster a culture of equity, academic excellence, and high expectations for all learners. Her favorite quote from an unknown author is, "Excellence can be attained if you care more than others think is wise, risk more than others think is safe, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible." Dr. Menarez received a BA in History from UC Irvine, a Master's in Education, and a PhD from Claremont Graduate University with an emphasis in urban education. Please welcome Dr. Menarez to the podium.
Good evening, everybody. If you would let me do what is becoming my regular tradition of taking a selfie with my graduating class. Just one moment. It'll take only 2 of these, 1 on each side, okay? So remember, it will go on Twitter. Some of you may then tag it in Instagram. So we want to represent Worcester Tech with pride, dignity, and excitement, right? I'm going to count down. Thank you for indulging me. So good evening to everyone here, from our distinguished guests, proud families, to our dedicated staff, and of course the extraordinary graduating scholars from the Worcester Technical High School class of 2024. Today marks a monumental milestone in your lives, a moment you've been awaiting, yet one that carries with it a blend of excitement, nostalgia, and perhaps a hint of uncertainty. So I recently read something that I would like to share with you. Embrace the courage to learn and listen, not for agreement, but from a place of humble curiosity and the possibility of belonging. Humble curiosity and the possibility of belonging. For as you prepare to enter the next threshold of your future, I want you to close your eyes and think of car. Now, I'm pretty sure you're wondering, what is Dr. Menarez talking about? I mean, I'm sure you have dreams of that shiny new car you'll have one day. Maybe it's fast and sleek, a sports car, or a fun, sassy convertible, or a tough, sturdy truck, or maybe, to your mother's dismay, a quick, nimble motorcycle. But I'm not talking about an actual car, but rather the acronym, CAR, Courage and Resilience. For you, graduates of 2024 have demonstrated an unbelievable amount of courage and resilience. You are the only graduating class who spent your freshman year of high school learning virtually. You did not have the opportunity to enter your high school filled with the typical butterflies in your stomach as you tried to figure out how you would get from one end of this grand high school you were in to the other each day. Instead, you had to find a semi-quiet place in your home to log in and learn. And let's be real, you were probably terrified that your dad or somebody would cross behind the screen without their shirt on, or that music might be blaring in the background when you unmuted, or that your sibling would do something just so embarrassing. You did not have the opportunity to meet new people in person. Rather, you had to figure out who you might want to know better from a small box on a computer screen. If your freshman year was not an example of courage and resilience, CAR in action, I do not know what is. For you see, courage is the audacity to pursue your dreams in the face of adversity, to stand firm in your convictions, and to leap into the unknown with unwavering determination. And courage alone was not enough to navigate the twists and turns that life threw your way during your freshman year. you had to practice resiliency, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to adapt to change, and to emerge stronger than before. You did that and so much more. You started your sophomore year ready to shine. I mean, think back to the countless obstacles you encountered along the way. Learning your high school a year later than expected, the nerve-wracking exams, balancing school, work, and family, relationship heartbreaks, and the varying disappointments that life will throw your way. Yet despite it all, you're here today, stronger and more courageous and resilient than ever before. Each challenge you face has been an opportunity for growth, a chance to discover the depths of your own courage and resiliency. Because Worcester Tech is known as the school that works, and that is clearly evident from the class of 2024. Let me give you some statistics here. This year, 158 students are working for 48 employers through the co-op program. These employers included UMass Medical, General Mechanical, Griffin Electric, and so many others. 35 students have been offered full-time employment, and 41 have been offered part-time employment. An incredible 300 industries recognized credentials were earned by seniors this year, including a certified nurse assistant, the EPA refrigerant certification, ASE auto certification, basic life support, and so many others. These workforce skills are being reinvested right back into the community and giving our graduates skills that provide long-lasting, sustainable careers. And as curious learners, our Worcester Tech culinary scholars expanded their horizons with a trip to France, where they learned the intricacies of French cuisine. Hopefully, they've brought back some of those delicious specialties for us here in Worcester. Felicidades to the 47 students who just received the Seal of Biliteracy, demonstrating academic literacy in at least 2 languages. And, because academics are just not enough, congratulations to the boys' indoor track team for making Division III state runner-up. There are so many more accomplishments than I have time to mention. And all of you sitting here have shown strength, resiliency, and the desire to learn and grow and to get to this point. So why is CAR my message to you? Because I want you to remember that you have everything you need within you to slay your future and anything life lobs your way. You are who you are. You have a supportive tribe, your family and friends, traditions, values, cultura, all wrapped up with a bow of CAR, courage and resiliency. So as you step out into the world, lift each other up, celebrate each other's victories, and lend a helping hand to those in need. Together, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to practicing CAR. Embrace the courage to learn and listen, not for agreement, but from a place of humble curiosity, resiliency, and the possibility of belonging. Congratulations, felicidades, class of 2024.
Thank you, Superintendent Monterez, for your fine remarks and for participating in this occasion. I will now introduce the Mayor of the City of Worcester, the Honorable Joseph M. Petty. Mayor Petty is a graduate of Holy Name Central Catholic High School in Worcester. He received a bachelor's degree in Business Administration from Nichols College in Dudley, and a law degree from New England School of Law in Boston. Please welcome the Honorable Joseph Petty, Mayor of Worcester, to address our graduates on this memorable evening.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. First, I want to recognize school committee member Sue Mailman, Executive Director Will Foley, Principal Joe Weymouth, City Manager Eric Batista, whose niece is graduating tonight, former Lieutenant Governor Mayor Tim Murray, whose daughter is graduating, and Gemma Kamara, whose cousin is graduating tonight. I also want to acknowledge the amazing work that is being done by our superintendent, Dr. Rachel Monterez. Dr. Monterez has been working hard to implement the frameworks that keep our scholars future focused and prepared for the changing workforce. Also want to thank Mr. Weymouth and the educators and the paraeducators and administrators who are with us tonight. The faculty and staff at the schools, and all schools, are the hearts of these buildings. And of course, congratulations to our graduates, the Worcester Technical High School class of 2024. I could not be more happy for you. I also want to congratulate the parents, families, and loved ones that are here with us tonight. You have supported today's graduates every step of the way, and now your hard work has paid off as you watch your loved ones cross this stage. Give yourselves a round of welcome of applause, too. So, thank you. The Worcester Technical High School class of 2024 has made a name for itself. Worcester Technical High School has the highest number of SEAL by Literacy medals with 47 scholars, 12 who earned their SEAL with distinction. 171 seniors earned the John and Abigail Adams scholarships. The first international exchange trip for the city of Worcester took place in over 25 years with a trip of 15 students and 2 teachers to France to study at the sister school there. So it's a good feat for the Worcester Public Schools. And thank you, students, for representing us well there. Over 300 industry-recognized credentials were earned by your class, and 3 cars were refurbished and donated through the Second Chance Cars. Finally, the boys indoor track were state runners-up, boys outdoor track were state vocational champions for 3rd consecutive year, and the teams were also the Cal champions for the 3rd consecutive year. Additionally, your class is the first where your entire high school career took place under the circumstances impacted by COVID-19 pandemic. I am inspired by your resilience as you have navigated new ways of learning and lost experiences due to this pandemic. Nevertheless, you have persisted and adapted. I have learned over the years that even though you will be experiencing many challenges, it is critical that you never give up. Life is full of challenges, but going through hard things is part of the human experience. As we move forward, I am excited to see the amazing things you achieve, what you can do together. The Worcester Public Schools have worked hard to invest in you, making sure that each one can meet your full potential. Whether you choose to go to college, enter the workforce with the skills you have learned here, join the service, or simply take some time off for yourself, this community wants nothing more than for you to succeed. So I wish you the best of luck and congratulate to the class of 2024. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Petty. Each year when I'm tasked with emceeing the graduation ceremony for each class, I try to be observant throughout the year and come up with something unique and definable about the graduating class. This year, there were a couple easy pickings, like how they spent their freshman year. But really what stood out to me was superpowers. Every turn I made, I saw superpowers in our graduates. And so as I make a couple of remarks tonight, I want you to think about what superpowers do you have? What superpowers do you recognize in others? So to start, I'll be a little vulnerable, and I believe that one of my superpowers is the ability to talk to and listen to others. That allows me to get to know people, it allows me to learn, and it allows me to meet incredible people and get to know incredible people like you. What superpowers do I aspire to in others, and do I recognize in others? Well, the first one is language. For those that know me, yo entiendo español, pero mi capacidad para hablar deja mucho que desear. And estou continuando a practicar meu português. But why? Why is language so important? In a rich, diverse, cultural and linguistic environment like Worcester and the world we live in, it's language that connects us to each other's culture, that creates a sense of belonging, and creates a unified community. It also doesn't hurt as a marketable skill in the workforce, by the way. The second superhero that I aspire in others is public speaking. The ability to speak from the heart, the ability to speak from the top of the head and deliver a coherent, incredible, inspirational message. And without notes. You'll see I'm still guided by my notes here. But today is about you. And so what I've come up with is a list of superpowers that over the course of the years I've recognized in you. A couple have already been mentioned. Back on the language, 47 Seal of Biliterate Award winners. We have so many more that are capable in multiple language than just that as well. Maybe your language is JavaScript or Python. And the reality is you all speak a different language. You walk into each shop and you have a vocabulary that is unique to you, and that is a language that you speak, and a superpower that you have that others do not. Second, we have over 300 industry credentials that are recognized by outside agencies. I won't list them all. Dr. Monterez listed a few of them. Another incredible superpower. We have investment award winners. We have people with the confidence to be who you are and to be proud of it. We have students with charisma. We have students with leadership in the community, students with leadership in our school. We've had students help us hire new teachers, academy leadership representatives, culture and climate teams, BSU, student council, other club leaders. We have students that have had exceptional grades, students that are exceptional about communicating with others, readers, self-educators, curious learners, problem solvers, students that have a superpower of perseverance, AP and dual enrollment success, and for many of you, just the ability to roll with life experiences and appreciate the ride. There's one student with a superpower I'd like to call out to because he impacted me on a daily basis. That's Eric Samoa. For those of you who don't know Eric walked through school pretending to give everybody a high five and then withdrawing his hand, and he has made me whiff a number of times. But Eric's superpower was making my day better every single day. I stood at the front entrance every day, and each day he came, he greeted me with a fist bump, a hug, and sometimes a whiff on a high five, but it improved my day every single day, and that is the superpower. So I know that I just went on about what I recognized in you, but my point is not to try to list your superpowers, but to get you to challenge yourself in recognizing your own. What do you bring to the world? How are you going to enhance it? What impact will you make? And what superpowers do you recognize in others that you should surround yourself with, that you should create goals with, and that you should aspire to be like? So I thank you for inspiring me and for allowing me to celebrate you and your superpowers. Congratulations, class of 2024. At this time, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, school committee member Susan Mailman. We're happy to have with us school committee member Sue Mailman. She's currently the owner and president of Coughlin Electric Contractors and has over 40 years in construction management. In addition to the school committee, she holds positions as UMass Memorial Healthcare trustee and has previously served on many educational boards and other organizations in our city. Sue is a lifelong supporter of our school and of vocational education, and we can all count on her to be in our corner as staff, students, and alumni. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Susan Mailman to the podium.
I'm really excited to be able to give you this little 2-minute or less comment. Thank you, Drew. I am so happy that we have a leader like you at this school. And the team here at Tech, be they academic or shop or guidance or custodians or advisory members, are an integral part of our community. To all the parents and the amazing graduates, please know that we thank you for choosing to attend this school. They play a weird game on school committee towards the end of April for graduation. All the committee members gather around the big table in the mayor's office. It's like a thing. And they pull a hat out, and we put all the names of the schools in the hat. And then we members go around the table and pick which school we're going to get to say a few words at. And this year, as one of the last picks, I drew Worcester Tech. And I quietly tucked my piece of paper away, and I got choked up, and I had tears, and I couldn't speak. While all the others were engaging in the trading game, everyone at that table knew there was no way I would trade this school. Vocational technical education in Massachusetts is what it is because of what was created in Worcester. And although we talk about the real rise to success that happened when the new school opened, it truly was a model of success for many, many years before that. The smartest, most capable people I know are electricians that were taught at Voc and had wonderful careers. I hope all of you will come back to the school as alumni, help us build the next generation of workers. This class of 2024 had amazing experiences, and you are now going to listen to some of this for the third time. You got a food truck up and running through collaboration and hard work with carpentry, electrical, welding, painting, auto collision, graphics, hospitality, and culinary. Yes, auto tech rehab cars for the Second Chance program that provides affordable vehicles to someone that might need a break, perhaps a veteran or a refugee or a returning citizen. Allied Health is implementing the preceptor model of education that moves theory to practice and has been stated after many, many years of advocating. Culinary finally went to France. Graduates, be patient with yourselves. No matter your next steps, know that life is not a straight line, and that the squiggles, as Dr. Monarez has taught us, are really what make life interesting, and where even more learning will happen. Lastly, be kind to your family and friends that have supported you and are here tonight to share this important milestone because they love you.
Thank you so much, Sue Mailman. It is with great pride that I introduce this next speaker and welcome the class valedictorian of 2024, Brandon Nguyen. I'm going to make him awkwardly stand up here while I talk about him now. Brandon Nguyen is an ambitious individual who has strived to become more knowledgeable in many aspects and found a love for learning through new opportunities at Worcester Technical High School. Brandon strives for success in anything he faces, and his drive has allowed him to be successful. Over the course of his 4 years, Brandon has received high honor marks and honors level advanced placement in dual enrollment courses, graduating as valedictorian of Worcester Tech. And in addition to his impressive academic profile, Brandon is successfully graduating with his trade certificate in hospitality management and is hoping to use these learned skills in his collegiate path at Johns Hopkins University, where he will be studying chemical and biomolecular engineering. That next part was just please welcome Brandon to the stadium. So here we go. To the podium.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Weymouth, for the introduction. I'm honored to be delivering this commencement address here tonight. I'd like to give an even larger thank you to the faculty, staff, families, and guests. Every one of you has made a huge impact on the graduates who sit here tonight. Thank you for everything you do for us. I would love to give you a huge round of applause. And to my fellow class of 2024, congratulations on hitting this huge milestone in our lives. I've met so many beautiful people with so many beautiful personalities, so thank you for making these 4 years incredibly memorable. Before I begin this speech, I'd like to commemorate someone who's made the largest impact on my high school experience. Although this isn't a TED Award, I would still love to honor all the wisdom and memories you've shared. Mr. O'Connor, a very controversial English teacher to say the least. You were both loved and hated. Personally, I was afraid of you. Nothing you're surprised to hear, of course. Coming into your class for the first time sophomore year, I didn't take literature very seriously. I thought of English as just another class to breeze by, and regrettably, that's exactly what I did. But what prompted me to take your class again, senior year, was my fabulous brother, who practically fought me to take the class. So, I had you again, and you helped change my perspective. The more opportunities you gave us to interpret literature through our own unique lenses, the more I saw aspects of literature being applied into my own life through the themes and tough lessons involved. I never thought that you would be so impactful on my growth. You inspired all of us in B320 to say yes to life, to say yes to it all. And to my brother, I would like to make a public apology for doubting you when you said that he would be one of the best teachers I would ever have. For once, you're right. I mention this because I want you all to realize that all knowledge can be seen, but only internalized once you allow yourself to really take it in. Only you can make meaning of the knowledge given to you. And that applies to all aspects of your life, even if that means realizing that all the time it took just waiting in line to get in here actually taught you patience. It all connects. You can learn from anything, but only if you let yourself. So whether or not you've had a great high school experience, do your best to take that time with yourself and grow from it. I mentioned this, And with these different experiences, our time at Tech gave us the chance to explore a little bit of life, to experience the spontaneity of life, especially during the pandemic. Freshman year, we hid behind the camera and took naps during class. I know, by now we're all tired of hearing about COVID, but it's a significant part of who we are. We're known as the class that had to suffer through freshman year online, but that experience is what led us to where we are today. Our high school journey didn't start with our freshman year, or at least it didn't feel that way. We were overwhelmed, just thrown into sophomore year, and already having to navigate through the halls, suffering through 4 flights of stairs every single day, while trying to manage with no soap or paper towels in the restrooms. We were just 8th graders who believed there would be 2 weeks off from school, yet here we are, graduating already. That's what makes our journey special. We may have had a late start to our journey, but we made it through, despite the early stages of senioritis hitting us midway through junior year. Junior year, what a time that was, where we finally got comfortable with the normalcy of things, masks were off, for the most part, and social distancing became a thing of the past. We were still cautious, of course, but this was one of the years we truly explored ourselves the most. We tried new things, we joined clubs, we made friends while trying to figure out who we were. Then, senior year, and bam, we're hit with thousands of new responsibilities, being a role model for the underclassmen, managing academics while juggling our personal lives, not to mention the rush to get our class dues in. Sorry, Chef Y. Money is tough to come by when we like to spend it all the time, on concerts. And although we should probably get our spending habits checked, this is the year we've grown the most, where we face parts of life, whether that be co-op, getting our license, or just learning small skills to be able to live on our own. And as things progressed, the realization dawned on us that we were becoming adults. We all believed high school wouldn't end that fast. We all thought it would take a lifetime. We felt so ready to leave high school and pursue our aspirations. Yet looking back, it ended in what felt like a blink of an eye. So, enjoy your journey. Don't rush it. Like Mr. O'Connor says, don't go a mile wide, go a mile deep. Take that how you'd like to. However, I'd like to share my own interpretation. I see it as the idea that there's so much more you can do in a moment, so much more you can take in rather than merely breezing by. Take your time. Slow down. Everyone's running on their own schedule, so don't rush to end things so fast. Appreciate your present, because nothing lasts forever. Everything ends for a reason, and because they do, those somethings gain meaning. If you just let those moments pass by you, your experiences will feel shallow and meaningless. Live in the present and take in all that you can, because those moments, they won't ever come back. So learn while you live, accept life for whatever it brings you, and even though our high school chapter is closing, our memories of it won't ever end. We'll take them with us no matter where we go. As we're about to end our high school career and depart on our own paths, I want to remind you all to cherish each and every moment you have, to live it like there's no tomorrow, to strive to live with no regrets, and live life shining as brightly as you all are. We've done the best we can throughout these 4 years of high school, made the most of what we have, and appreciated the people we're around. So be proud of yourselves for making it through high school. Be proud of yourselves that you're sitting here on this stage today, and be proud of yourselves when you walk across the stage this evening. I'm wishing you all the very, very best with whatever the future may bring. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2024. We finally made it.
Sorry, I have to flip through his speech. Thank you so much, Brandon, and of course, good luck to you and your classmates. At this time, I would like to have our class officers come to the podium to present the class advisors, Chef Y, Ms. Ukestetter, and Ms. Riccardi, with a gift of appreciation for their tireless efforts in supporting our graduates. Please give them a round of applause and invite up to the stage Frederica Ababio, Kendra Aneem, Abigail Asari, and Kimberly Von Rando. This is where you present them.
Please accept these gifts of appreciation and gratitude on behalf of the class of 2024. The class would also like to thank the Worcester Public Schools leadership team for their support and encouragement by presenting you each with a gift of appreciation.
Did you get them all? That's all right.
And you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your generous gift to our school and our community members. Wonderful memories of the class of 2024 will always be with us, and this gift will be allocated back to the students of Worcester Tech to support future learning endeavors for future classes. And now is the moment that you have all been waiting for. We will now be presenting the diplomas to our graduates of the class of 2024. I'd like to invite up to the stage Mrs. Stockwell.
All right, here we go. First one, Frederica Ababio. Fatima Abdi Salam. Mohammed Abdul Mehdi. Khadija Abdul Razak. Jorge Acevedo. George Aqua. Kosar Adam. Eden Adams. Devin Ajabang Jr. Elvin Afria Nkrumah.
Mary Afutu. Alex Aguilar. Miguel Aguilar Rodriguez. Dinah Ajamang. Sandra Akram. Salam Al-Jamal. Mariai Al-Masudani. Lise Alexander. Muhammad Ali. Akira Alston. Michael Alvarenga. Adam Amadou. Richard Ampadu. Kendra Anim. Joshua Ano. Lily Apraku. Emerson Arce Bautista. Jacqueline Arevalo. Solomon Asamani. Abigail Asari. Valerie Asari. Christine Asho. Andrea Ashon. Braden Ozier. Griffin Bannister. Anaya Barnett. Luca Barreto. David Bashi. Marangelis Batista Garcia. Carolina Batista Polanco. Carola Batista Polanco. Jocelyn Benitez. Tiffany Boahen. Megan Boachi. Kwabina Boateng. Kendrick Boateng. Rich Love Boateng. Maya Bon Jovi. Kobe Bonilla. Mackenzie Bousquet. Nicholas Brackett. Samantha Brennan. Isabella Brown. Liana Bryan. Kayla Bueno. Dylan Bukowski. Ariana Burgos. Joseph Burgos Barrero. Jared Burke. Owen Burke. Lasaya Byron. Naomi Calderon. Jessica Kayeli. Elizabeth Camara. Annabelle Campagna. Carter Caponito. Isabella Caparelli. Evelyn Curious. Edwin Castellanos Matos. Julianne Chow. Lucia Chavez Hidon. Feiruz Faiza Chahiri. Tiffany Cece Leone. Sarai Cintron Garcia. Emily Cleary Poteet. Milady Kwasku. Adrian Colon. Jefferson Conde Costa. Peter Consiglio. Jackie Correas. Desiree Coughlin. Matthew Crompton. Michael Cruz. Amaryllis Cruz Rivera. Romy Cuevas Teles. Mia Caravan Bachachi. Camilla Damian Valerio. Gazi Danielle. Maria Da Silva. Alexandra Davella. Celeste Davis. Joshalani De Jesus. Matthew DeFusco. David DeFusco Jr. Gabriela De La Cruz. Sebastian Delgado Matabonchoy. Sierra Durr. Rukmina Dakal. Sebastian Diaz. Joshua Diaz Natal. Dylan Diep. Janelle Diesla. Michael Domper. Megan Donnelly. Haisa Duarte. Joshua Dumas. Koi Umi. Mark Gemma. Kimberly Escobar. Nadia Eshin. Melanie Espinal Torres. Karar Etmaesh. Anher Farhan. Rama Farouk. Elizabeth Febo. Alexander Finkel. Sophia Fontes. Alberta Fajour. Hope Forster. Michelle Fosu. Tyra Fosu. Khalil Freeman. Ethan Gaitho. Nathaniel Garcia. Leonardo Garcia. Isabella Generelli. Cesar Geraldo. Imani Gathuri. Diana Gonzalez. Patricia Gonzalez. Isel Gonzalez. Danya Gordiel. Kiana-Lise Gordon. Paige Graves. Chloe Green. Vincent Green. Catherine Guaman Yupa. Stephanie Guzman. Michael Jima. Jacob Hainsworth. Javon Hargrove. Janelle Hayes. Ryan Heath. Megan Hendrickson. Genesis Hernandez. Ruby Ho. Fu Ho. William Holmes. Cherry 2. Jordi Jarama Castillo. Anthony Jean Jacks. Janelise Jimenez. Reagan Jost. Claudia Kabanov. William Kasevich II. Julian Kamau. Claire Karanja. Albert Karuki. Julie Catalico. Amrit Carr. Luke Kennedy. Anthony Kenyon. Stephen Kent. Sadakat Khan. Peterson Kihu. Miles Kiley. Finola Kirby. Lexian Kumbai. Chloe Kramer. Kenneth Rosario. Achez Kuzi. Joseph L'Esperance. Kenny Lai. Denelyn Latour. Anya Lera. Mason Laterno. Monica Lima. Eli Lipner Riza. Elise Lopez. Hallie Lopez Albano. Fazai Tonguiza. Kiara Madison Smith. Isaac Madrid. Yaya Malala. Angelise Maldonado. Jordan Marrero. Velma Marty. Anaya Martinez. Jason Martinez Sandoval. Isabella Marafuji. Ella Mason. Josue Mateo. Anthony McCullough. Raymond McFadden Bailey. Fiona McGinn. Benjamin McGrath. Boo May. David Melendez Estupinian. Kelvin Mensa. Braden Mersak. Maria Milan Gratterall. Ha Kojo Mills. Michael Mareku. Mohammed. Asma Mojahed Zadeh. Ray Molina Alava. Emmanuel Montoya. Alec Moreau. Leangelis Moreno. Jesus Morfe Gutierrez. Kati Murray. You did it, man. Marcus Murray. Johanna Motasar. Lily Nadeau. Anthony Nemez. Brandon Nguyen. You got it. Emily Nguyen. Yay! Shalom Zhao. Chantel Nunez. Amel Nur Hussein. Emily O'Connor. Abigail O'Hare. Cyprian Ojatabu. Joel Apoku Kwateng. David Oriana. Christian Ortiz Narvaez. Nancy Osei. Kayron Osorio Salazar. Nayeli Ovani. Jada Owusu Ansa. Abigail Padilla. Lauren Padilla. Haley Palacios. Kalia Parker. Abby Parker. Cameron Passmore. Angelica Passos. Ali Paul Jr. Josiah Pena. Carlin Perez. Stephanie Perez Monges. Rebecca Perla. Johanna Panetta Bautista. Nicholas Plouffe. Alondra Prado Suarez. Daniel Purcell. Naisha Quinones. Helen Quintanilla. Jonathan Quiroga Rodas. Rogina Rye. Sita Rye. Ariana Rainwater. Jessica Ramirez Palma. David Ramos. Bay Ray. Anhar Rihan. Claritza Rivera. Carlos Rivera. Emily Rivera. Jaden Rochelle. Daviana Rodriguez. Edwin Rodriguez Hernandez. Jared Roman. Betsaida Rosenville. Damian Rossi. Jade Rowe. Vincent Rufo Cabrera. Paola Saldana. Homily Saldana. Kaylani Sanchez. Aisha Sanchez. Marcel Sanchez. Jose Sanchez. Santiago Sanchez Sarmiento. Jasir Santana Claudio. Elijah Santiago. Gianni Santiago. Alette Santos Hayes. Shida Santos Jesu. Grace Sarsfield. Damian Scott. Shamira Somerville. Bennett Sharma. Alexander Sibre. Marcus Siebel. Alyssa Silva Lima. Isaiah Smith. Eric Samwa. Ashton Soto Melendez. Jenna Spillane. Ava Stockton. Santiago Suarez Pinedos. Namsang Tamling. Leah Taraska. Nivelt Tarway. Shanila Taylor. Raylan Tejada. Christian Thomalari. Michael Tika. Johnny Ellis Torres. Carlos Torres. Braden Tracy. Indiana Troncoso. Naima Tumer. Giovanni Valencia. Kevin Valentin. Alexander Vassal. Victoria Vasquez Aponte. Melianis Vega Rodriguez. Alanis Velasquez Perez. Misael Velez. Katie Vo. Kimberly Von Rando. Sonia Walusimbi. Rachel Wangari. Tyler West. London Ware. Isabella Williams. Ian Winja. Nadine Yasser. Jonathan Yawo. Mia Zogby. Zabriel Zuniga.
I would now like to invite back up to the stage class valedictorian Brandon Nguyen to lead the graduates in shifting their tassels. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the class of 2024. We do ask that everybody remain in their seats while the faculty lead the graduates out, and parents and families will be able to meet their graduates outside as they will be exiting directly outdoors. Thank you so much.
Thank you.